Hello everyone, welcome to this video Alteryx hands-on practice questions. In this video we will convert Excel formulas to Alteryx. For demo purpose we will be taking nested if, Sumif, index and match and Vlookup functions. The Alteryx tools which we will be using are input, browse, select filter formula unique, append and summarize. For this, I have created a data set in Excel with the columns A, B, C, D, and E. There are 4 questions which will be going through. So now let's get started with the first question. First is about nested if. This is our formula. So this formula checks if the value in cell A1 is greater than 10. If it's true, then it returns greater than 10. If false, it again checks if the value in A1 is greater than 5. If this is true, then it will return that it's between 5 and 10, else it will return less than or equal to 5. Moving on to our Excel file. So if you see, 1 is the first value which is less than 5. Here we have 65 which is greater than 10. Okay. Let's move on to Alteryx. To decode this, we can simply use a formula tool and we can use the if else block here. So we'll use if A is greater than 10, then display greater than 10, else if A is greater than 5, then between 5 and 10, else less than or equal to 5, end if. So you see 65 is greater than 10, the same output which we got in our Excel formulas we are getting here. Let's move on to the next question. The second is Sumifs. So this formula sums the values in cell D1 to D10 or whatever is the range we are providing that meets the criteria. So there are 2 criteria here. First is the corresponding value in column A is greater than 5 and the corresponding value in B is greater than 10. So this is an AND condition. If we go and validate here, there is only one column where A is greater than 5 and B is less than 10 and the corresponding value of D is 201. So it's 201 plus 0 because there is no other column, so it's displaying 201. Moving on to Alteryx, we can accomplish this first by using a filter tool where we can filter out A greater than 5 and B less than 10. Once this is done, we can use the summarize tool to find the sum of D and group it by A and B. So we get the same result which we have it. Value of A and B is 4, then we get the sum as 201. A third question is index and match combination. So this formula returns the value from the column A that corresponds to the maximum value in column B. So the match function finds the position of the maximum value in column B and the index position function will return the corresponding value from column number A. Let's check that. So here the max value in column B is 133 and the corresponding value, so this is B7, the same cell which is A7, we have a value of 65 which is returned here. To do this in Alteryx, the first thing which we have to do is use a summarize using which we will find the max of B. Then we'll use an append fields in which we will append the max value along with the value input dataset which we have. So here you can see we have the input dataset and max of B is just appended. So the same value is getting repeated for all the rows. Then we can use a filter where B is equal to max of B. So we will get only one column and our next task is just to return the value of A and max of B. So we'll use a select to select only A and max of B, and finally we get the value of A 65 where the max of B is 133. The last scenario for today is Vlookup. So this Vlookup searches for the value of A11 in a specified range A1 to C8 and returns corresponding value from the column 3, third column, which is column C in our case. So let's move on to Excel here. So if we see first A11, 65 is trying to find in the range, in this range, which is highlighted in red. So if we find here 65 is here, and we need to return the third column value, which is column number C. So the column number C value for 65 is 9. Okay, so as you know, VLOOKUP works like a join itself. So in Alteryx, we can use joins to accomplish it. Just one thing to mention, we have two values of 65 where we are getting 9 at both places, but we should be getting 133 because in Excel, if there are duplicate values, the VLOOKUP returns only the first value which is being returned. But in Alteryx, we will be able to get the correct results. We'll be able to get the corresponding value of C. So now check that out. First of all, I'm using a text input to give the VLOOKUP values which we are having. Then I'm joining it with the original dataset which we have. So A is equal to E will be the condition of the join. Next, so this is how this looks like. I'm just selecting the column number C and E. So for each row of C and E which are joined with the same values, and this is how it returns. But since E, 9 and 664 are repeated, we are getting it twice. To eliminate that, we can use the unique on C and E, and finally we get the corresponding value. Let's check that out. For value of 4 in E, we should be getting 2, which is here 2. So for 4 we have 2, and for 65 you see we have 9 as well as 664. I hope you found this video useful. If so, please subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and thank you so much for watching.